With a stroke of a pen, a grandmother whom we will call Sarah to conceal her identity lost the battle to get back a grandson who had been placed for international adoption.
They say I abandoned. I mean, I don't know what abandoning is, because I could not have taken a child who was in an incubator. And here is my girl. She's dead. God, I wish our president would listen to this and help me get my grandson back. It's so painful. So painful when you think you can lose a child and a grandchild at the same time.
Her daughter was in Form 4 when she fell pregnant in 2012. At the 7th month, she went into labor. She delivered a premature baby at the Mama Lucy Kibaki Hospital in Kayole. Then her health seriously deteriorated. At the time, November 2012, nurses in public hospitals were on a go-slow. On the 2nd week, she transferred her daughter to nearby private hospitals, but her condition didn't improve. On Christmas Day, an X-ray confirmed she was suffering from TB. By then, the go-slow had morphed into a fully fledged strike. A doctor at Mbagathi Hospital wrote her a referral letter for Kenyatta. She was admitted that night, but before she could be started on treatment, she passed on the next day.
I arrived there when she was dead. I went into depression, not knowing what to do. This my firstborn is gone. With a son, I don't know.
Did your daughter ever see her child?
Yeah, she used to breastfeed him, I think for 3 days. And then one day I went there, she told me, Mom, sina maziwa.
Did she give him a name?
No. The boy was in an incubator. I don't know, she could not give the name. After that is when we were planning to give him the name.
Unknown to Sarah's family, their child had been transferred from the Mama Lucy Kibaki Hospital to Kenyatta National Hospital as well, and soon after handed over to New Life Home Trust for care and protection.
I moved to many children's home.
So when you are looking for your child, who are you asking for?
I was trying my own ways of looking for him. It's very hard, because you don't know the name. They changed the name. So even if you go and look for that particular person, if today I'm called Jane, then tomorrow I'm called James, will you be able to trace Jane?
According to court documents, the Kenyatta police told the court that the mother delivered at Mama Lucy Hospital and later on absconded, leaving the baby behind.
Things happened so fast. After her death, from there I received calls from Kenyatta police station, threatening me. I abandoned the boy and I feared. I had 2 other kids. This one, the firstborn is gone. It was painful.
The steering committee investigating adoption malpractices concluded that no attempt was made to trace the newborn's relatives. As the next of kin, the grandmother's contact details were recorded at Mama Lucy Hospital. The National Adoption Agency, the Child Welfare Society of Kenya, was able to reach the grandmother within 13 days of receiving the file. In their final report dated July 2013, however, Kenyatta Police Post stated that no one had claimed the child, and the Little Angels Network declared him free for adoption.
After some time, I started receiving calls from people. Telling me to meet them at different places. That there were papers I was supposed to sign. And I asked one person, I remember asking one person, what papers am I supposed to sign? Kanambia, no, let's meet. One told me I meet him in town, the other one, Umoja, the other one I can't remember where. Nikamwambia, no, if I'm to meet you, it is at a place where that boy is. If you tell me where he is, I'll come there. But if it's not anywhere near him, they told me I had to go and sign papers. I feared because I didn't know the papers they were telling me to sign. But thank God, I just came to understand when I went to court that if I had signed the papers, then I could have given a consent Those were consent forms I was supposed to sign.
Sarah's grandson was among the 206 children being processed for adoption by foreigners, but stopped just at the nick of time. DNA tests on Sarah and her 2 children matched the child who had been withdrawn from his adoptive Swedish parents pending review. But on the day of the judgment, Sarah was dealt a blow.
When I was shown the order, I couldn't believe it. Me, I wanted my son. I thought the court will rule that I get him back. But that lady, God, how can my own blood go to another country? I don't know what those people are going to teach that boy if they take him. Because I was told that they were told to take him. I didn't understand anything.
With the evidence before her, Judge Rose Ogo questioned Sarah's motive for seeking custody of a child she had not even seen. He turned 6 November this year. The ruling reads in part, quote, "The applicant assisted her daughter sneak out of hospital immediately after birth, not caring that the said child left behind would suffer being denied love, care and protection," end of quote. The court instead gave the Swedish couple a green light to proceed with the adoption process. The ruling notes, "It is interesting that she only went back to find out the whereabouts of the baby after the demise of her daughter, the child's mother. Could this be her conscience weighing down on her?" The judge poses.
By the time the matter is taken to court, it is so manipulated that even an honest judge will think that the person she's dealing with is a horrible mother. She's a a criminal. She abandoned the kid.
I wish that judge who ruled that case is listening to me. She denied me the love of my own child. And I remember one day in court she assured me that she's a mother. What kind of a mother is that? Who would rule a Kenyan child to go to another country? I don't know which country. This is inhuman. I'm appealing to the president to intervene. Even if it means I'm ready to go to any extent, but get my grandson back is my life.
The fate of Sarah and Magdalene, who was also fighting for custody of her 2 children, was sealed the same day, the 11th of May this year. The steering committee investigating malpractices in child adoption processes, however, learned that such decisions allowing Kenyan children to be adopted abroad were very common. The report states that adoption orders for up to 7 inter-country cases were granted in 1 day at the Mombasa High Court, despite the moratorium being in force.
After the moratorium was imposed, the cartels have actually been backdating the dates that the process purportedly started, so that they can say that these are not affected by the moratorium of 2014, so that they can actually ship out our children.
Despite their humble backgrounds, the 2 women are not about to give up the fight for the children they believe were fraudulently adopted. They are moving to the Court of Appeal to seek redress.
Mungu akisaidia tu tutaenda haki. Ndiani yetu tulifanyiwa. Kasemekana watoto ni wangu. Nini ingine?
I'm 100% sure that one day I'll have him and live with him. Take him to school. I'm a teacher. I can educate him. I can teach him how to read and write.
To protect Kenya's children, the steering committee's report recommends more stringent laws, among them the Adoption Bill and Social Workers Bill, to rid the process of malpractices. But time is of the essence.
The first thing that we need to do is to ban charging of fees by all the institutions that are involved, including legal fees. Then number 2, ban inter-country adoption. The whole problem will collapse.
In the meantime, Sarah is bracing herself for another court battle. Buoyed by the prospects of reuniting with her grandchild, she is ready to face whatever turbulence to bring cheer to her heart. Salvichabit, Citizen TV, Nairobi.